409 million Pi were moved in August to exchanges. This is one of the largest sell-offs in the project's history. At the same time, a $20 million deal is starting with a decentralized AI company. The question is the Pi network on the verge of a breakthrough or about to crash before reaching its all-time high? Welcome to 10 Times Crypto, your channel for honest, data-driven altcoin analyses. My name is Marius, and I actually come from quality management. There I learned that decisions should never be based solely on gut feeling, but always on clear data. That's exactly how my passion and my 10 times formula came about. With my exclusive formula, I analyze altcoins using 20 key metrics. I rate each one from 0 to 10. In the end, you get a clear result in percent. 4 different price scenarios and the vision 2030. What could still happen with prices by 2030? At the end, you'll also get a chart analysis, and I'll show you what I would do right now. Buy, sell, or wait. My goal is simple: to give you clarity in a market full of hype. So if you're looking for data-driven altcoin analyses and want to know which altcoins really have massive potential, then subscribe to my channel now. Here you make decisions based on facts, not hype. But be careful, here's a disclaimer. My channel is not financial advice, but purely for informational purposes. The Pi Network, denounced by many as a scam, but with over 15 million certified users, is currently moving quickly in the areas of mobile mining, DePIN, and utility-driven coins. Why is now the right time for an analysis and some news? August and September are months when many tokens were unlocked, and at the same time there were partnerships, technical upgrades, and of course maximum uncertainty. And that's exactly why we're going to take a look at this together. So before we get started, grab yourself a relaxing coffee, leave a like for me, and become a Zenix supporter if you appreciate my work. Just become a member on YouTube to support me. And now, let's get started. Let's start with the topic of technology. In August, the Pi Hackathon was launched. Developers were invited to build mobile-friendly block explorers and NFT marketplaces, and with this, Pi's of course trying to expand its ecosystem. There was also an upgrade of the protocol from version 19 to 23, introducing, among other things, PiPay V for payments and improved mainnet integration and migration. On top of that, there's a new node version, which is now called Pi Desktop. It was released in July and is still unfolding its impact today, allowing mining to be expanded to desktop PCs. With this, the relevance of the Pi network is naturally taking a step from being just a mobile mining Bitcoin towards a real ecosystem, but there is still no layer 2 integration. Critics also point out that many real-world use cases are still missing. It's important, the technology and the upgrades are there, but the adoption is really lagging behind. Let's move directly to adoption and the community. The community is by far Pi's greatest strength, with over 15 million users. Verified users make it one of the largest in the crypto space. But growth is starting to slow down. On X, we see posts with over 600 likes, especially for example on hackathon news and also let's say on price predictions. But at the same time, in August 409 million Pi were moved to exchanges, which of course could be a massive signal for selling pressure. On the other hand, what's interesting are the partnerships, such as a $20 million investment from OpenMind AGI. This is a company for decentralized AI and robotics. There are also collaborations with Onramp for institutional money, and institutional adoption. New use cases are also emerging, for example the Pi domain auction or games via the Pi SDK, but real-world usage of Pi remains limited. Mainly it's still mined via mobile or used for payments through PiPay. Currently that's not enough for market valuation. By the way, if you want to trade altcoins, you'll find them on my favorite exchange. If you sign up, you'll also get a bonus. And as I said, I really find this exchange extremely exciting because it has some features that others don't have yet. Now let's move on to the news. So what's coming up next? The catalysts on the 31st. On August 31st, there was an unlock of 150 million Pi. That corresponds to around $51 million. In September, there will be more. Additionally, there's a rumor about a possible listing on Robinhood, but it's not confirmed yet. This means volatility is guaranteed. Now let's move on to my chart analysis and see. What would I do now? Buy, sell, or wait? Hello and welcome to my chart analysis of the Pi Network. First, just for your information, I use TradingView and a custom developed indicator that basically shows me two things. When a lot of people are basically selling, we enter oversold areas and then a green signal appears there. For me, that's an indication that this might be an entry point. Or conversely, when a lot of people are buying and there's a lot of FOMO, we enter the overbought area, which is shown with a red dot. That would be a point for me where I might exit or at least take partial profits. So what is the current situation with the Pi Network? You can see we've had a massive sell-off. If you think about it, since the all-time high, it's dropped over 91%. So you really have to be careful because as you can see, it went down, then there was a significant buy-in again, but then it dropped again. And here on the chart, on the MX indicator, a green dot has now appeared, which for me means that I'm going to gather more detailed data and consider whether it might make sense to enter now. Still, as I said, it's important to remember that the chart and the indicator only ever show the past. That doesn't mean it will be the same in the future. I simply use it as a tool to find good entry points for myself and to have more data to work with. For that, I use the CX indicator and I use it in my IX Elite membership, which you are also welcome to join. I'll link the QR code here, otherwise you'll also find the link in the video description. There, I always share news and you get insight into my portfolio. But in the end, you also get a look at my XNX ranking list. I've analyzed almost 100 altcoins in the ranking, complete with percentage scores. This way, you can actually see which altcoin is strong and which isn't, because there are always so many altcoins. I also share news whenever my XX indicator for Bitcoin shows any changes, so that everyone in the ZenX Elite is always well informed. Let's move on to the conclusion and the scenarios. So what do we do now with the Pi Network? Is it a scam? Is it good? Should you get involved? In my opinion, Pi remains interesting for traders to play with its volatility, but for long-term investors, it's currently too risky. Let me know your opinion in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you think about it. And if you want to watch the full analysis of Pi now, which I highly recommend, I'll link it here for you. It's extremely interesting and I also address the critical points in it. So check it out. See you in a bit.